Have you ever wondered what the foundation of the world truly means in the theological context? Well, it's a question that has sparked countless debates and countless interpretations over the centuries. Within the pages of the New Testament, we encounter intriguing expressions and terms that have profound implications on our understanding of the world, the cosmos, and indeed the very fabric of existence. One such term is foundation, a word that is pivotal in understanding the theological concept of the world's creation. But to truly grasp its depth, we need to look at the original Greek, where we find not one but two words that have been translated to foundation, themelios and katabole. Themelios, a term we often associate with the English words to found and foundation, is used in various contexts throughout the New Testament. However, it's never used to describe the world or the earth, making its interpretation all the more intriguing. On the flip side, we have katabole, another word translated as foundation. But a closer look at its usage and context reveals that its true meaning leans more towards casting down or overthrow. This term is mostly associated with the world, hinting at a disruption or ruin, a notion that takes us back to the condition described in Genesis 1:2. The exploration of these two terms, themelios and katabole, allows us to delve deeper into theological discussions, challenging our understanding of the world's creation, its perceived destruction, and its eventual renewal. It's a fascinating journey, one that offers a fresh perspective on familiar biblical passages and invites us to engage in a more profound dialogue about theology, creation, and the meaning of existence. So, buckle up as we delve into the deep waters of theology to understand these profound terms. Let's start with themelios, a term frequently used in the New Testament. This Greek word, translated into English as foundation, has a rich tapestry of meanings. It's seen in passages spanning from Luke to Acts, Romans, Corinthians, Ephesians, Timothy, Hebrews, and Revelation. Yet, interestingly, themelios is never used to describe the world or the earth. So what does themelios refer to? The word is most commonly used to denote the base or groundwork, the underpinning of a structure, much like the foundation of a building. It's the starting point, the initial platform upon which everything else is built. For instance, in Luke 6:48, the term is used in the parable of the wise and foolish builders, where the wise man digs deep and lays his foundation on the rock. In 1 Corinthians 3:10, Apostle Paul refers to himself as a skilled master builder who laid a foundation which is Christ, and others build upon it. In these contexts, themelios is the bedrock of faith, the fundamental truths of Christianity upon which believers anchor their lives. Now let's turn to the verb form themelio. This term is used in Matthew, Luke, Ephesians, Colossians, Hebrews, and Peter. The verb themelio is only used once to refer to the earth in Hebrews 1:10, where it is said that the Lord laid the foundation of the earth. In all other instances, themelio is used to denote the act of laying a foundation, the action of establishing or instituting something. So what's the takeaway from all this? Themelios and themelio, while important in understanding the concept of foundation in a theological context, are not used to describe the world or the earth. Their usage is more specific, more personal, referring to the fundamental truths of faith and the act of establishing those truths. Thus, themelios carries a significant meaning, but it's not the whole story when it comes to understanding the foundation of the world. Now let's turn our attention to katabole, another term found in the New Testament. This word offers an intriguing contrast to themelios, the term we explored previously. While themelios signifies a foundation, katabole introduces a new concept, one that speaks of disruption or even ruin. When we examine the use of katabole throughout the New Testament, we find it in Matthew, Luke, John, Ephesians, Hebrews, 1 Peter, and Revelation. Notably, the term is often associated with the world or cosmos as in Greek. This connection suggests that katabole refers not just to a physical foundation, but to a foundational event of great significance. Diving into the meaning of katabole, we find it derives from the verb katabalo, which suggests an action of casting down or overthrowing. This is not the gentle laying of a foundation stone that themelios might imply. Instead, it speaks of a dramatic, disruptive event. This understanding aligns with the context where katabole is used. hinting at a foundational disruption or ruin, particularly in relation to the world. This interpretation of Katabole as disruption or ruin provides a deeper understanding of passages where it is used. For instance, in Hebrews chapter 6, verse 1, the term is employed to caution against not casting down the foundation of repentance. Here, Katabole represents the danger of disruption or ruin to the spiritual foundation. The exploration of Katabole also sheds light on the understanding of the world's foundation in a broader theological context. It suggests the world's foundation was not a serene, orderly event, but rather a disruptive, transformative one. This perspective adds depth to our understanding of biblical passages, hinting at the complex and dynamic nature of the world's creation. So Katabole adds another dimension to our understanding of the foundation of the world, implying disruption or ruin. This exploration of Katabole underscores the richness of biblical language and the profound insights it offers into the nature of creation and the world. Having explored themelios and Katabole individually, it's time to compare and contrast these two terms. At a glance, themelios and Katabole may seem interchangeable, since both terms have been translated as foundation in the New Testament. However, a closer look at their usage and implications tells a different story. Themelios is the regular term for foundation, used to denote the act of founding or establishing something. It's not used in reference to the world or the earth, emphasizing its context-specific usage. On the contrary, Katabole is a more complex term, often linked with the world, yet its primary meaning is not foundation, but casting down or overthrow. Now you might ask, how do these differences contribute to our understanding of the world's foundation? Well, themelios and Katabole represent two distinct aspects of the world's creation narrative. Themelios symbolizes the act of creation itself, the founding of the world, as described in Genesis 1:1. Katabole, however, refers to the disruption or ruin of the world, a reference to the state of the earth in Genesis 1:2, after the initial act of creation. The use of themelios and Katabole thus paints a twofold picture of the world's foundation. First, the world was founded, as symbolized by themelios. Then it underwent a disruption or ruin, as denoted by Katabole. This understanding aligns with the biblical account of creation, where the earth was first created, then became formless and void. As we can see, both terms play a crucial role in painting a comprehensive picture of the world's foundation. Themelios gives us the aspect of creation, while Katabole highlights the disruption that followed. Together they provide us with a nuanced understanding of the world's foundation, as depicted in the sacred texts. Now that we've explored themelios and Katabole, let's summarize what we've learned. We've delved into two Greek words translated as foundation in the New Testament. Themelios, the more frequently used term, is a proper and regular term for to found and foundation. It relates to the establishment and base of something, yet it's never directly used to describe the world or the earth in the scriptures. We then turned our attention to Katabole, a term that, contrary to initial impressions, doesn't denote founding or foundation. It's more accurately translated as casting down or overthrow. This term, interestingly, is often linked with the world, leading us to the translation, the disruption or ruin of the world. This brings to mind the state described in Genesis 1:2, where the earth became formless and void, a stark contrast to its initial creation. The comparison of themelios and Katabole has provided us with a new perspective on the concept of the foundation of the world. It's not merely about the inception, the themelios, but also about transformation, the Katabole. The world wasn't just founded, it underwent a significant disruption, a foundational shift that led to the world as we know it. This understanding challenges us to look beyond the surface and appreciate the layers and complexities in theological texts. In essence, themelios and Katabole serve as two sides of the same coin in understanding the foundation of the world. They remind us that creation isn't a one-time event, but a process involving both establishment and transformation. Remember, the beauty of theology lies in its complexity and the room it leaves for interpretation. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.